This is not just an environmental crisis. It is the collapse of a civilization, a slow, deliberate death of a geography that once nurtured empires, now fading into salt and silence. The Indus River, from which Pakistan draws its very name, Pak-is-tan, the land of the pure, is being sullied, starved and stolen. In Kharochan, a once thriving cluster of 40 villages, the collapse is no longer metaphorical, it's literal. The saline water has surrounded us from all four sides, says Habibullah Khati, standing by his mother's grave. His farewell is not just a personal tragedy, it's a symbol. People saying goodbye to their land, their memories, their entire way of life. These are not just climate refugees, they are the last witnesses of a civilization being pushed back by tides of salt, sorrow and silence. The death of the Indus Delta was never inevitable. It was engineered. From colonial hydrology to post-independence misgovernance to today's neoliberal neglect, every phase made things worse. The British obsession with canal systems redefined the Indus not as a living river but as a machine. Pakistan inherited that mindset and never broke from it. Dams, barrages, diversions, each project praised as development while silently draining the life from the delta. Since the 1950s, downstream flow into the Indus Delta has fallen by 80%. What does that mean? Mangroves have died, shrimp have vanished, fields have turned white with salt, and seawater has moved 55 kilometers inland in some areas. These are not just statistics, they are a creeping obituary. Earlier this year, when several controversial projects were halted after farmer protests, it wasn't out of ecological wisdom, it was political convenience. As if Pakistan's internal failures weren't enough, the Indus Delta now faces a second threat, one far more deliberate: the geopolitical weaponization of water by India. When the Modi government moved to unilaterally revoke the 1960 Indus Waters Treaty, it was not just a provocation, it was existential. When a nuclear-armed neighbor threatens to block a river system that sustains over 80% of your agriculture, that's not diplomacy, that's slow, bureaucratized annihilation. India's upstream dam-building spree, especially under rising Hindutva nationalism, is pushing the delta towards irreversible disaster. Pakistan's description of this as an act of war is not hyperbole. It's a recognition of ecological brinkmanship dressed up as hydropower policy. Meanwhile, in the slow funeral procession of the delta, women's suffering is even worse. As fishing disappears and farms disintegrate, women lose both labor and lineage. For generations, they dried shrimp, stitched nets and sang to the rhythms of the river. Today, in the outskirts of Karachi, many of those same women are forced into odd jobs, alienated, displaced and disconnected. We haven't just lost our land, says Fatma Majid of the Pakistan Fisherfolk Forum. We've lost our culture. When 1.2 million people are displaced, this is not just migration. It is the slow ethnocide of deltaic identity. Urban absorption cannot replace the deep ecological meaning that once thrived where the river met the sea. To its credit, Pakistan has launched initiatives like the Living Indus program and mangrove restoration efforts. But these are band-aids on hemorrhaging wounds. Even as Sindh's mangrove campaigns gain momentum, elite housing societies and land grabbing continue to consume the coastal commons. Because in Pakistan, development still too often means destruction for the dispossessed. That's all we have for you today, folks. Stay tuned to PolicyWire for more updates.